I guess now we just hope it comes down safe, right?
You want it to come back down?
Hello, I'm Jake from IGN, and today we're sending Outcast: A New Beginning into space.
Outcast is out now, inviting you to explore the incredible alien planet of Adelpha. To celebrate the launch of the game, one superfan is going to win a truly stellar prize. An Outcast: A New Beginning Adelpha Edition that has actually been into space, including the very size statuette that will be mounted onto the craft.
If it survives re-entry, that is. How is he? Oh no, cut the camera.
Stick around if you like the sound of having your very own spacefaring prize on your shelf, because we'll be including all the info on entering the competition before the end of the video.
But Jake, how'd you put a game into space, I hear you ask? Well, you're about to find out.
Sending Outcast: A New Beginning into space was never going to be easy, but our little explorer is in safe hands. Sent into Space have conducted over 1,000 flights into the upper stratosphere.
The Sent into Space workshop is where the magic happens, and where craft like this are designed with specially engineered materials to send things like games into space.
To keep our little Psy safe, every detail and possibility of the journey is delicately calculated and predicted to choose the ideal place to launch.
So when we're looking to choose a launch site, we have a number of locations across the country that we can use at fairly short notice. We can predict that flight path that it's going to take to within a very high degree of accuracy. We know where it's going to land to within about 100 meters at this point.
So that's incredible. So as part of the planning process, for all of the sites that you have, you look at all of the flight paths, calculate where it's going to be from all of those flight paths within 100 meters to pick the perfect one.
Yeah, and that takes weather data from about 100,000 sources across the world to narrow that down to where we want to go.
What are the kind of things that could go wrong?
It's a very cloudy and windy day. Our big concern, as you can see behind me, is making sure that our ballast is correctly adjusted for and that the balloon integrity itself is maintained throughout this filling process.
And I know what you're thinking, right? Why this game? Why send this game into space? Well, just over 20 years ago, the award-winning original pioneered the genre of non-linear open-world games. And this long-awaited sequel, Outcast: A New Beginning, has freedom and exploration at its core.
From early on in the game, you're given the tools to explore Adelpha in many different ways. On foot, soaking in the beautiful landscapes, or by sky, using the gliding suit to soar from cliffs and over valleys. The jetpack can be used to sprint across the ground and evade enemy attacks, and dozens of different weapon modules can be unlocked to customize your personal weapon to suit your combat style. If you love sci-fi and adventures that spark the imagination, then Outcast is right up your street. And what better prize than a copy that's had its own adventure into space?
Moment's approaching. This is exciting, it's tense. And away it goes! I can't believe how quickly that vanished.
Yeah,
it's winter.
The fog is low, but above that we should have some nice cloud texture and even some patches of blue.
Weird to think that it's just up there somewhere now.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Like all of the activity down here, and now we've actually got a bit of time to kill.
I hope he doesn't get lonely.
Yeah. Well, it's a big old world out there.
As we'll see.
Sent into Space tracks the craft's location from the moment of launch until the moment of touchdown, so we knew exactly where to find it. It was quite a hoof from the road to the landing site. See, that joke's funny because I met some horses. But it wasn't long until we saw a familiar sight.
Okay, so here we are at the landing site, which I've been given the privilege of first approach of to check on our little explorer. How is he? Oh no, cut the camera. Don't cut the cameras. He's fine. I mean, he's lost a bit of foot in here, but he survived. Space didn't finish him off.
The craft and our little friend were safe and sound. But how did he look up in space?
It's pretty wild to think that it was just in space. An interplanetary traveller, and now he could be yours. But our competition winner will also get a brand new Psy figurine as well. One that hasn't, had quite an adventurous life. And here's how you can win them. Man, you don't do this every day.
To enter the competition and welcome a retired astronaut to your shelf, head to IGN Rewards and register your entry using your IGN account. You'll find all the relevant T's and C's there too. Good luck! Outcast: A New Beginning is out now on PC, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. For more on Outcast, stick with IGN.